Hello my good students, I hope you all are doing well. This is a short video where I would like to go over the IDE, which is the Integrated Development Environment that we will be using for our class COP 2800 Java Programming. As you can see, this resource is from the first chapter of your textbook, and it talks about several different IDE environment that you can use. However, I will be using the first one, which is eclipse.org or Eclipse IDE. So I want to take some time to show you how to go about downloading the Eclipse IDE from this site, which is the www.eclipse.org. But before I do that, I also would like to mention that if any of you guys would like to use NetBeans or JetBrains or any one of the above ones, you're free to do so. However, I personally would be using Eclipse. So if you want to use any of the other ones, you are kind of on your own to look into how to use them. They are very similar, and I don't think you will have any problem if you know how to use one. However, just to keep it standardized, I would like to stick with eclipse.org, and I would recommend that you also stick with Eclipse. But then again, if you would like to try out some of the other ones, you're free to do so. So the first thing we got to do is go to this site, which is eclipse.org, and this is the site. And this is the eclipseide.org. So if you type in eclipse.org, I think you're going to come to this site, which is the same as your eclipse.org site, and I have a feeling it will also take you to the same place where I was downloading the Eclipse from. So let me go back. So it's www.eclipse.org. And if I click on download, this is where it takes me, and I can click on the download package over here, and then I can choose which one I would like to do, and you can select a mirror site, or you can select this one directly, and you do not have to pay anything, so you can just skip this part and see if it had downloaded. And this is where I can see that our download is in progress, and I can download the Eclipse from here. Now at this point, if I double click on my download, then it should start unzipping and going through the process of installing my IDE. As you can see, this is my Eclipse installer, and I can click on Eclipse IDE for Java developers, and at this point it's going to ask me to choose the version. I'm going to choose the most recent version. The other thing you need to pay attention to is where it's installing. As you can see, it has been installed in users Paul A Java-2025. So I'm going to click on install over here, and make sure you keep these two things checked so that once it downloads, your Eclipse is on your desktop, and you can start the program by clicking on the icon on your desktop. So it's taking a few minutes to go through the installation process. So at this point, my Eclipse IDE for Java developers is ready to launch, and I'm going to click on my launch button, and that is going to bring me this particular interface, and it's called Eclipse IDE 2025-12. So this is what's going to show up, and again this is going to So as I was saying, again, this Eclipse workspace is where you have to go and open or store all your Java files, and this is the path that you have. And if you do not want this message to show up, you can just click over here, and that's going to be your default place to store all your programs. So at this point, if I'm just going to say launch, since I had some other Eclipse version open, it says that it has an older version. So I'm going to go ahead, so I'm going to change my workspace because it seems like it might have an issue with an older version, and I'm just going to call it workspace 1 and then launch. Again, if you do not have an older version, you would not have to worry about it. Since I have an older version, I didn't want to take a chance, and I just renamed my workspace to be workspace 1, and I just have to remember that I need to store all my files in that new workspace folder. At this point, this is what you will be seeing, and you can always start from creating a Hello World application, or you can click or close the welcome and then start working on the IDE. So as you can see here, I can create a Java project, but this is basically how it's going to look like. So that's all I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to create the other videos where I'm going to write some program and test out to make sure my program is working okay.